Smoker was supposed to be the future of the Marines. A Logia user, a relentless hunter, the man who chased Luffy since East Blue, and yet the New World left him behind. But One Piece doesn't forget characters like Smoker. It breaks them, then reforges them. Because when smoke stops drifting, it doesn't disappear, it suffocates. Today we're talking about Smoker's future power-up, his Devil Fruit awakening, his advanced Haki, and how the White Hunter finally becomes an admiral-level threat. Smoker represents something rare in One Piece. Justice without obedience. He doesn't bow to celestial dragons, he questions marine authority. And unlike Akainu, he doesn't confuse justice with cruelty. That mindset makes him dangerous to the world government and weak in the New World. Punk Hazard exposed Smoker's flaw. He relied too much on his Devil Fruit. Against true monsters, smoke alone wasn't enough. But that defeat was necessary, because growth in One Piece always begins with humiliation. The awakening of the smoke fruit. Smoke is not fire. It doesn't destroy instantly. It lingers, it spreads, it kills quietly. Smoker's awakening turns the battlefield itself into a weapon. Smoke no longer pours from his body, it manifests everywhere. The air thickens, visibility vanishes, breathing becomes difficult. Enemies aren't fighting Smoker anymore. They're fighting the environment. Buildings leak smoke from cracks, streets drown in gray fog, the sky darkens, turning day into twilight. This is Logia awakening done right. Solid smoke control. Awakened smoke gains density. Smoker can harden it into weapons, walls, chains, and crushing constructs mid-air. Imagine Katakuri's Mochi, but omnipresent and inescapable. Smoker doesn't need to chase pirates anymore. They're already trapped. The Dead Zone, Smoker's ultimate awakened technique, creates a compressed smoke domain that drains oxygen. Enemies feel dizzy. Haki control weakens. Devil Fruit users burn stamina rapidly. It's not flashy, it's terrifying. A technique designed for a hunter, not a showman. If you're enjoying the video, make sure you subscribe to become a Straw Hat member. Now back to the video. Virgo broke Smoker's confidence. That loss forced him to grow. Smoker's armament Haki evolves beyond coating his body. He coats his smoke. Every strand becomes hardened. Every bind hits with internal destruction. Every attack bypasses conventional defense. This is advanced armament Haki applied on a battlefield scale. White smoke streaked with jet black veins. Justice weaponized. Advanced observation Haki, the hunter's domain. Smoker has always been a tracker. His observation Haki evolves into territory-based awareness. Inside his smoke, Smoker senses everything. Footsteps, heartbeats, intent. The smoke reacts like a living web. This gives Smoker limited future sight within his domain. If you enter his smoke, he sees you before you move. Hiding becomes impossible. Running is meaningless. Smoker's future battles in One Piece. The White Hunter's final warpath. Smoker versus Crocodile. Smoke versus Sand, a debt long overdue. This fight has been brewing since Alabasta. Why this fight happens? Crocodile's return to power with Cross Guild puts him directly in Smoker's path. Smoker isn't chasing bounties anymore. He's hunting threats to civilians. And Crocodile is one of the worst. Smoker's awakened smoke domain neutralizes sandstorms by filling every gap between grains, turning Crocodile's battlefield into a suffocating fog. Sand loses its freedom. Movement becomes heavy. For the first time, Crocodile is the one struggling to breathe. Key, moment Smoker coats his smoke with advanced armament Haki, turning it jet black. The smoke bypasses Crocodile's Logia defense and strikes internally. Crocodile realizes something terrifying. He can't dry out smoke. Finishing technique Dead Zone compression. Smoker collapses his smoke domain inward, crushing Crocodile with pressure and oxygen deprivation. Not flashy, not explosive, just justice finally collecting its debt. Smoker arrests Crocodile personally. Smoker versus Doflamingo rematch. Justice versus the Puppet Master. This isn't just a fight, it's payback. Doflamingo broke Smoker physically and symbolically on Punk Hazard. He treated Smoker like a disposable pawn, a marine who didn't matter. Smoker never forgot. Why this fight happens? Doflamingo's story isn't over. Whether he escapes impelled down during the final chaos, or is forcibly released by the world government, he returns to the battlefield as a wild card, and Smoker is waiting. How this fight is different. Doflamingo's strings once controlled the battlefield. Now they disappear into smoke. Smoker's awakened domain disrupts Doflamingo's vision and string manipulation. The more Doflamingo spreads his threads, the more surfaces Smoker has to flood. The hunter has turned the cage into a trap, Advanced observation clash. Doflamingo uses raw instinct and brutality. Smoker uses precision. Inside the smoke, Smoker reads Doflamingo's killing intent before the strings move. He intercepts attacks before they form. For the first time, Doflamingo is reacting. Payback moment. Doflamingo tries to restrain Smoker with Black Knight strings. Smoker hardens his smoke, snaps the strings, and delivers a direct armament-coded strike that mirrors their Punk Hazard encounter. But this time, Smoker is the one standing. Finishing technique White Hunter Judgment Coil. Blackened smoke chains bind Doflamingo from every direction, crushing inward while draining stamina. Smoker doesn't kill him. He drags him back to impel down himself. Smoker versus Luffy, the long overdue battle. This fight has been waiting since chapter 100. Before Yonko, before Gear 5th, before the world knew Luffy as a symbol of freedom. Back on Punk Hazard, Luffy made a promise to Smoker. Next time we fight, do it when you're at your best. That moment wasn't trash talk, it was destiny. Smoker is the first Marine who truly chased Luffy. From Loguetown to Alabasta to Punk Hazard, he was always there. Not as a villain, but as a wall Luffy wasn't ready to break yet. Now, both of them are. This isn't a flashy brawl like Lucci on Egghead. This is a battle of control. Smoker's awakened smoke fills the battlefield, thickening the air and stealing space. Smoker coats his smoke with advanced armament, striking from blind angles. Luffy is forced to rely on future sight and instinct just to keep up. Luffy still wins the battle with a star gun. Smoker lights his cigar and accepts the gap in power, but will train harder to meet that level. Smoker's true power level. With Awakening and Advanced Haki, Smoker finally reaches Admiral tier. Not because he hits harder than Akainu, not because he freezes seas like Kuzan, but because he controls the fight. Smoker exhausts opponents, restricts movement, drains stamina. In prolonged combat, even top-tier fighters struggle to survive. Smoker's evolution isn't about becoming a hero, it's about becoming necessary. In the final war, Smoker won't fight for the world government. He'll fight for civilians, a Marine who hunts pirates and corrupt rulers alike. When the smoke clears at the end of One Piece, Smoker won't be standing in Luffy's shadow. He'll be standing in the storm. Silent, unavoidable, absolute. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to become a Straw Hat member. Comment your thoughts and suggestions, and I'll see you in the next video.